Hello and welcome back, everybody. Today is Friday, January 10th, and welcome back to your weekly Wallace update. It's been a while since I've talked to you. We had winter break, Christmas vacation. I hope everybody had a great time with their families. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Hope everybody enjoyed the time off, and we are back in full swing, back in action at school. We've had a really busy week this past week, and looking ahead, we also have another busy week coming up. This weekend we got some bad weather rolling in, so let's keep our fingers crossed that we don't get all that ice they're talking about. But kids, bad news, not going to have a snow day because there's no school the next 2 days. So, looking ahead this coming week, Monday, we get kicked off. We have Ames Web benchmark assessments for our kids. Those are tests that the kids take 3 times a year, and they're going to be taking the winter tests starting on Monday. That'll continue throughout the week. And then also Monday, Parent-Teacher Conference online sign-up opens up. I'll get into that in a minute with some more details, but sign-up does open up on Monday. And then looking on into the evening, on Monday, our 7th and 8th grade 5th and 6th grade volleyball is at home versus Streeter Woodland. That starts at 4:30 in the South Gym. And then 7th and 8th grade boys are also at home versus Grand Ridge. That starts at 4:30 in the North Gym, and it is also 8th grade night. So the final night for boys basketball at home. We like to see a big crowd that night. And then moving on, Tuesday, 2:30 dismissal as always. And then also Tuesday, our 4th graders have the Mighty Acorns presentation in the afternoon in class. And then in the evening, 7th and 8th grade volleyball is at home versus Ottawa Shepherd. That gets kicked off at 4:30 in the North Gym. On Wednesday, we have, 7th and 8th grade boys basketball are at Plano. That game gets started at 4:30. And Thursday is our annual spelling bee, our junior high spelling bee. That will be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the South Gym at school. And then also Thursday evening, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade volleyball is at Marseilles. That starts at 5 o'clock. The bus leaves at 4 o'clock after school. And then Friday we have winter sports pictures and performing arts pictures. Information is going to be sent home with those kiddos for those pictures. And then also, we have a pep rally for our robotics team, which our robotics team is state-bound on Saturday. They're going to be headed to the state competition. So, good luck to our robotics team. We're so proud of you. We think it's awesome that you advanced on to state. So, good luck. A few other things going on. I want to acknowledge and recognize that we have a new program at Wallace. It is Special Olympics. We are so very excited to be kicking off our Special Olympics program. We're going to be starting up with bocce, and then we're going to participate. Our student athletes are going to participate in track and field this year. So I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Allen, Mrs. Gustafson, and Mrs. Van Duzer. They're spearheading that program. Very, very excited. They had their first practice just a couple days ago. We did post a few pictures on Facebook and Twitter. If you didn't get a chance to check that out. Also, in conjunction with that, we just kicked off our new adaptive PE class, which is suited for those students, those student athletes, and it's going to be right at their level. Another thing to mention, preschool signups. I know a lot of people have been calling about preschool signups. We will have our registration here later this month for any returning, which would currently be in the 3-year-old section, but we'll be moving up to the 4-year-old section next year. So for those returning students, we will be having registration later on in the month. But I do have some really cool stuff to share. Some new programming options that we're going to have available here at Wallace. Some new things we're going to be rolling out for next year. So stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing some more information in the coming weeks about that. And those new programming options, we're very excited. We think it's great stuff for our kids, great stuff for our families. Very excited about it. But just so you know, returning student registration going to be coming up in a few weeks, so hang tight. We'll get the info out about it, and then new student registration will follow after that. But we're going to get you lots of info about our new programming options. Also, I know some people might be watching this after the fact, but this Saturday, so tomorrow, January the 11th, we have the boys basketball shootout in Marseilles has been canceled due to the weather forecast. And also the Coca-Cola Classic in Sonneman We have decided that we are going to forego the first round of that tournament just because of the anticipated weather. We're one of the further north schools in that tournament, and the weather forecast is not as good in the north. So we're going to err on the side of caution. We're going to sit out the first round, but they may end up canceling. So Coach Carroll will give an update to all the parents once we have an updated bracket to see where we fall for next week moving forward with the tournament. As I mentioned earlier this week, parent-teacher conference signups are online, so you should have gotten one of these letters home. There's a couple different versions of the letter. One version of it just says, hey, your teacher would like a conference regarding your child, and the other is, hey, we don't necessarily want a conference, but if you'd like to sign up for one, go ahead and do so. So they are optional conferences, and space is very limited. These conferences are on January the 31st. They go from, I believe, 12:30 till 3:30. So there's not a ton of spots. We don't have enough spots for everybody, just those conferences that are needed. So again, it's either the teacher requested it or the parents requesting it, but you do not have to come. But information about that is sent home via letter, and it's also on our website under the Parent-Teacher Conferences tab if you need that information. If you want the link, there's also a tutorial video on how to sign up online on the website. So you can check that out. Registration signups are open for 2 weeks, so they start this coming Monday and they're open for 2 weeks. You can sign up for your spots. The only thing I want to draw attention to is this information I know was sent home a little while ago. Is also emailed. It's also available online. But just information regarding school closings due to weather. You know, we're definitely getting to that time of year, but make sure you know that information. So that's what I got for now. Sorry for talking for a while. I feel like I've been talking for quite a while, but anyway. As always, check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Ottawa Wallace. Check us out online at wallacegs.org. And as always, if you need anything, have any questions, need help with anything, please feel free to give us a call in the school office. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great week.